it's not a matter of talent. I think it's a matter of cohesion and experience here for a Boise State team that's been struggling. Eastern Washington coming off a win over NAIA Multnomah, in which the Eastern Eagles hit a franchise record 18 three-pointers. Zylak on the drive, a little too strong off the glass. And a rebound secured by Abby Muse. Muse had 16 and 13 boards. Foul called on Millie Knowles. Her first team foul on the E, so 21 on the shot clock as the Broncos inbound, but it's poked out of bounds by Jordan Bosie. Went to Okanagan High School here in the greater Spokane area, I guess. It's a ways away, but in the region, certainly. Three-point basket there. Knocked down by Mary Kay Narrow. Narrow started all 23 games last year, but Bosie, as Zylak draws the foul, Bosie is a transfer from St. Mary's. After a 4-year career, comes home. Foul's called on Anna Ostley, her first on Boise State, and Andy Zylak will go to the line. And the freshman Zylak knocks down the first, a product of Lewis and Clark High School in Spokane, Washington, just down the road from Cheney here, about 15 miles. Helped the Tigers to a second place finish in the state 4A basketball tournament as a sophomore. And one of her teammates on that team, Jacinta Buckley, also on this Eastern roster. Buckley out tonight. And the swarming defense by Eastern Washington forces the travel down low. This is a Boise State team that, in an era of, run and gun, and a push there called on Narrow, I believe. Yeah, it will be on Mary Kay Narrow. Her first two now on Boise State, so the Eagles will inbound with 22 on the shot clock. Buckley, transfer from UNLV, where she spent a couple of seasons right out of high school. 6'1" wing is Jaleesa Lawrence. Shows a little bit of skill. The crossover, the left-handed finish, and I'll tell you what, the freshman Jaleesa Lawrence is a shooter. She can score the basketball, and good to see her show a little bit of face-up there. 3 too long. I think we're going to get an over the back. Or no, are they going to call that on Martin? It will be on Martin. The impressive freshman picks up her first. 2 on the Eagles. And I think there's going to be a push-off called here. Offensive foul on Dominique Leonidas, a transfer from Brown University. First personal. Third team. And it's 4-3 Eagles just over 2 minutes in. Talked about some roster turnover as Martin goes to work. That's a tough shot, but holy cow. I think J.D. Martin has the green light for this Eastern Washington Eagle team, but that was a tough shot. A little bit early in the shot clock, but tough to say anything when you knock it down. And boy, is she a talented young basketball player. Muse puts it on the deck, gets to the bucket, lays it in for two, cuts the deficit to one. Zylak around the screen for Knowles. The layup too strong, though. Rebound to Anna Ostley. Ooh, maybe a walk there, but no call. Three-pointer too strong. Muse again, the little step through is up and in, and Boise State takes the lead. This Eastern squad needs to hit the boards as Zylak gets into the lane for two. Boise State, the last two games. Ooh, nice screen there by Muse, knocks Zylak to the ground. But this Boise State team in its last two games, a 2-point loss against Seattle last week, and then Sunday's win over Florida Atlantic. They averaged 49 rebounds. They had 98 total in those two games and were plus 34 in rebounding margin. Fouls called. So going to go on Knowles. So 2 on Millie now. And she'll come out. Number 14, Maria Kunal, and number 1, Alexis Pettis, in for Eastern Washington after Knowles picks up the second, and the three-point play finished by Elodie Lalott. Martin, a step back three, that's off the mark. Rebound Muse. And the transition opportunity. Muse, the nice trail in the lane. Can't get the shot to fall, but Lalott, the rebound, put back, and a chance for another three-point play. Number 11, Caitlin Burgess, transfer from the College of Southern Idaho and a New Zealand native, on for Boise State. Eeks took a three-point lead, but Muse made a couple of layups. Lalott had the three-point play and then a layup, and all of a sudden it's a 12-4 Boise State lead. And Rhea Kunal loses that one out of bounds. Rhea is an Energizer bunny. Terrific rebounder. Really works hard on the defensive end. As Rachel Bowers, the 6'3" senior, checks in for Boise State. Talented as Kunal is. Loses that one out of bounds. Foul. I'm going to be honest with you folks. I sit across from the scorer's table, so the official, when they go to signal fouls, they're facing away from me, so often it's hard for me to see. That one was on Mary Kate. No. That was on number 12 for Eastern, Jordan Bosel, her first. 3 now on the Eags as Muse knocks down the free throw. Second one drops. And it's 14-8, biggest lead of the game. Broncos up 6. Nice feed from Andy Zylak. Kunal draws the foul, and Eastern Washington has a chance to cut into this 6-point deficit back right after this. 2.2 seconds left, as a matter of fact, to put Boise State in front. Kunal too strong on the first. Little irony there, Brady Hodgins, who made that game winner for the Broncos, the younger sister of Delaney and Haley Hodgins, who ranked first and second on Eastern Washington's career scoring list. The oldest sister, Haley, set the record, in 2018, and then 2 years later, Delaney broke that mark. Delaney 2,120 career points in her career here, and then her little sister Brady knocks off the Eagles a couple of years ago. Their mother was a tremendous basketball player at the University of Washington, and she's among their all-time leading scorers, I believe. When she finished her career, she was Washington's career scoring leader. A foul called here on Trista Hull sends Lawrence to the line. Lawrence hits them both, cuts the deficit to 5, and J.D. Martin comes back in as Jordan Bosie will get a breather. A good start here for this Boise State team that has scored more than 57 points just twice this season. They scored 74, a season high against Florida Atlantic on Sunday. Had 61 in a 2-point loss to Seattle last Thursday. A quick move there. But before that, 57 had been their high. They come in 289th in the nation in scoring, averaging just over 57 points per contest this season. Well, it looked like they're starting to figure it out. Nice little give and go. Martin couldn't get it to finish. A scrum down low, and ultimately it's picked up by Leonidas. 5-point Boise State lead. It's a relatively small Eastern Washington basketball team. A great block out there by Kuhnel. Set up Pettis for the rebound and a transition opportunity, but Pettis nearly lost it. Skip pass. Lawrence, three-pointer is up and in. And the Eagles cut the deficit to 2. Lawrence with 5 straight points for the Eagles. This is an Eastern Washington team that they can stroke it from downtown. Most of their success shooting the ball this season has come against a couple of NAIA opponents in Multnomah and Evergreen. But that being said, shot off the mark there, rebound Andy Zilak. They hit, 18 threes in their win over, in their win over Multnomah on Tuesday night, and I think it was 15 against Evergreen. They can knock down some threes here if they get rolling. It's going to be difficult for this Boise State squad to keep up. A lot of energy defensively for the Eagles here. Little screen and roll. Deflected. Great defense there by J.D. Martin to stay straight up and down. And then Jaleesa Lawrence comes in and swipes it out of bounds. It'll be off the Eagles. 3 seconds to play. Mary Kay Narrow and the lot check back in for Boise State. And the 3 is off the mark. Brittany Kennedy, who just checked in. Britt Van Buren. Getting ahead of myself. This is the shot, gets the rebound on this end. A fast-paced, frenetic basketball game to this point. We are tied up at 16 with 90 seconds left in the first. Martin, really aggressive shooting the ball tonight, and that one off the mark. AP Alexis Pettis will get a breather as Bosie comes back in. Both of these teams kind of trying to find their way, develop some chemistry on the fly. This is a Boise State program that is very proud. Last year went 14-9 in a COVID-shortened season. Great look by Ostley results in the easy bucket by Muse, and Boise State recaptures the lead. 14-9, lost in the second round as Muse blocks Zylak out of bounds. It'll remain Eastern basketball. Devin Warnes, freshman from Renton High School near Seattle, a walk-on. She's played meaningful minutes early on in the season for Eastern Washington. So Boise State lost in the second round to Wyoming, the eventual Mountain West Conference tournament champions. But prior to that, they'd won 4 straight conference tournaments, qualifying for 4 straight NCAA tournaments. And Ostley picks up her second. 4th team foul. As Martin will go to the bench for the final 36 seconds of the first quarter. But 4 straight and 5 out of 6 Mountain West Conference tournament championships for Boise State before a little bit of a down year last year, but they have been remarkably consistent under head coach Gordy Presnell. Presnell 705 career wins. 705 career wins for Gordy Presnell. It's 34th all time. It's 18th active. Ooh, I think that might be offensive. It is. Muse a little bit aggressive with the elbow and shoulder as she tried to create some space there. That's 2 on Muse. So Muse and Ostley both with 2. So Hull, who has 1, will replace Muse. And Martin, whoa, a quick little breather for Jadia. That was about 15 seconds of game time. But a quick little break behind the back. Too strong on the floater. Great job by Van Buren to keep it alive. James Madison, 8th-seeded Montana State. At top seed, Sam Houston. So it's Pettis, Bosie, Kunal, Martin, and Lawrence for Eastern Washington. On the court for Boise State is Burgess, Narrow, Leonidas, Hull, and Lalat. Lawrence leading all scorers right now with 8 points. 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from behind the strike or behind the arc, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Narrow wants to push it. Leonidas nearly lost it, guarded by Lawrence. The 5'10" freshman from Meridian High School in the Boise area, and a foul away from the ball. I think it's going to be on Rhea Kunal. First on Rio. First team foul in the second quarter. Kunal will get a break as Brett Van Buren comes back in. Boise State does a nice job of moving. And as a result, they're stressing the defense, finding some good shots. Great block out by Van Buren, leads to the rebound off the Leonidas miss, and Pettis wants to push it. Drops it to Lawrence in the corner. She'll put it on the deck. Little spin move read perfectly by Leonidas, and then the bunny won't fall. And it's a rebound for Elodie Lalat. Off the back iron, Lawrence another board. Eastern looks indecisive right now. Around the screen, Lawrence, lefty layup, too strong. Leonidas, another rebound. Her third for the 5'5" senior. We talked about rebounding right now. Boise State is +5, but this Bronco team, longer than this Eastern Washington team, really not a lot of size, not really a true center on this Eastern team. Lawrence picks up the steal, drops it to Bosie. Thought about the three, makes the extra pass, and a wide open three for Jadia Martin. She's missed her first two, but knocks down that one. She's got 7 points. And the Eagles are back in front, 20-18. Leonidas, pull-up jumper from 14 feet is good. It looks like she had something to say to the fans or the Eastern bench. A little bit chatty over there. AP loses it out of bounds. Third Eastern Washington turnover. And back comes the freshman Zylak. And the only credited with 1 assist, but she's been deadly off the screen and roll. Created a couple of free throw opportunities for Rhea Kunal. An effective knifing into the lane. She's provided some good minutes for Eastern Washington here tonight. Narrow's reverse layup won't go. She's hounded by Zylak. And here's Martin, a floater in the lane. Holy cow. She is so fun to watch. And, talking with the Eagle coaching staff. Ooh, Leonidas with the answer. 23-22. Boise State on top. Martin takes the shot, but an offensive foul called. I think it's going to be a moving screen against Zylak. Her first two on the Eagles. Warrens comes back in. AP Alexis Pettis getting a breather. The Eagle coaching staff thinks that Martin has a chance to potentially be a Big Sky Conference Freshman of the Year. And you can see from the start tonight a lot of spring, a lot of explosiveness, and then you add to that the ability to put the ball on the deck and a foul there as she does just that. I mean, a lot of potential for Jadia Martin, as we mentioned earlier, among the nation's leaders in scoring as a freshman. She is a special talent. She can work inside and out. A little too strong on the catch and shoot. Leonidas the rebound. She wants to push it. No numbers. She missed Caitlin Burgess over here in the corner. Van Buren tries to draw the charge. Won't get it. But the defense gets Trista Hull to miss. But ultimately, Van Buren's going to get called with the foul. And I think after the shot, yeah, it's once they were down on the ground, tangled up, it looked like there was a little bit of extracurriculars. So the foul, the first on Van Buren. 3 now on Eastern Washington here in this second quarter with 5:40 to go. Great job of staying straight up and down there by Van Buren, not picking up a cheap one. Zylak on the drive, drops it to Warrens, nearly lost it, back to Van Buren, and the bucket is good. Not the prettiest series there for Eastern Washington, but the result His 2 points. It looked like they were going to lose it a couple times. Might have been a travel there, no call, but Lalott sped up there, couldn't quite finish, and here comes Warrens. Man, Eastern just a little bit butterfingery, and the freshman Zylak wisely slows it down and sets up this Eagle offense. Thought about the three instead. Line shooting 2 for the Eagles. Martin already with 9 points. Make it 10. She knocks down her first free throw attempt of the ball game. And she is a true X factor for this Eagle team. She plays with so much confidence, and Jaleesa Lawrence comes back in. She had a nice first quarter for Eastern Washington, scoring 8 points. But Martin, you know, as you watch this game, a couple of the shots that she takes, it's, you wonder if it's the best shot that your team could have got that possession, but she's such a dynamic scoring machine, and her confidence is so great. I don't want to be too hyperbolic, but it kind of reminds me of Steph Curry in that, you know, she's just supremely confident. Look at that. Who tries that? But here she is back at the free throw line. It's on Hull. 2 on her now. 4 on, excuse me, is that right? Yeah, 4 on Boise State here in the quarter. So the Eagles flirting with the bonus. The next one, they'll be shooting free throws on each foul over the final 4:21 for a team that shooting 42% from the field, but has made 10 of 12 free throws, so they could really make some hay there at the free throw line as Leonidas brings it up for Boise State. Foul away. Oh, an offensive foul. This one's going to go, I believe, on Caitlin Burgess. I'm not sure who it's on. Oh, Lalott. Melody Lalott. That's her first. So now 5. Wait, what's happening here? They're going to change the foul? Now they're going to say the foul is on Martin. And that's a big one, because that's 2 on Jadia. I didn't see what happened in there. There was definitely 3 or 4 players that got tangled up in the lane. And ultimately Martin gets called for the foul. And with 4 minutes left in the second quarter and 2 fouls, she's got to come out. Warrens comes up with the steal for Eastern Washington. He's on a little 6-0 spurt as Boise State has missed its last 4 shots. Haven't scored in 2 minutes. Lawrence drove right in to the 6'1" Lalott and the 6'3" Rachel Bowers, and that ended as one might have expected. Around the screen goes Lindsay Lovrovich. Layup won't go. Britt Van Buren, another rebound, her 4th of the ball game. Some good minutes from the junior who started her career at St. Bonaventure before transferring to Moore Park College in California. Out of bounds, last touched by the Eagles, so it'll be Boise State 26 on the shot clock. Warrens will get a breather as the senior Bosel comes back in. got off to a quick start scoring the ball, but has not done so well of late. They go inside once again to Lalott, but she can't finish. Lawrence facing the basket against Bowers, I would think, is a favorable matchup for Eastern Washington. But the East will go 5 out, AP into the lane, and Bowers is going to pick up her first. And that will put the Eagles in the bonus for the remainder of this first half, 2:47. AP will shoot a couple. Another freshman for this Eastern Washington basketball team, Alexis Pettis. She scored 17, a career high, against Multnomah on Tuesday. It was her third game in double digits scoring, and then they're going to get, after AP missed that second one, I think Bosie's going to pick up a cheap one. It is on Jordan. Now she has two. And now Boise State into the bonus, so it'll be Bowers shooting a pair for the Broncos. Boise State scoreless for nearly 3 minutes now. But the clock stopped, and a chance here for Bowers to break that spell, and she does. She hits 1 to 2, and it's a 3-point ball game as we get to the home stretch here in the first half. And Lawrence loses it out of bounds. Taps herself on the chest as she looks at Zylak as if to say, my bad. But the Eagle turnover, an opportunity here to tie this ball game with a three-pointer for Boise State. Ten on the shot clock. Around the screen, Leonidas, a great pass, a lot the finish. An easy bucket there. That's just good offense by Boise State. Bosie puts it on the deck. Is that going to be a travel or is that going to be a foul? Looks like as she took off a little stumble, I thought there might have been a walk coming, but instead it's a foul on Loverovich. Loverovich played at Peninsula High School in Gig Harbor, Washington. Over in the Seattle area. Bosie makes 1 of 2. Eats 12 of 16 from the stripe here in the first half. Boise State just 6 free throw attempts. They've made 4. So each plus 8 from the free throw line, and they have a 2-point lead with about 90 seconds here left in the first half. 10 again on the shot clock. Around the screen, Leonidas to Lalott. She doesn't want it. 3 by Leonidas off the back of the iron. Lalott, the offensive rebound and put back, and we have a tie ball game. Lalott leads all scorers. No, check that. Leads Boise State with 11 points. J.D. Martin on the bench now with 2 fouls. That's 13, a game high. Lawrence, nice look created there. Bosie in and out, can't get it to go. And Lalott grabs the rebound, and a foul going to be called, I believe, on Alexis Pettis. It is on AP. The first on the Gardena, California native. And Lalott back at the free throw line, shooting 2. Split a pair of free throws earlier. And splits them again, putting the Broncos back in front. 58.5 ticks remaining here in quarter number 2. Well, 4 out, 1 in here. Bosie thought about a 3. Lawrence had her shot blocked down low by the 6'3" Bowers. And a chance to extend the lead. They go again to Lalott. Good defense by Van Buren, and Lalott's going to get called over the back. That's 2 on Elodie Lalott. Britt Van Buren will go to the free throw line. Chance to give the Eagles the lead. Warrens comes back in as Bosie gets a breather. Van Buren has attempted 2 free throws in her Eastern Washington career. And after that first one there, she's 1 of 3 all time. Make it 2 of 4, and we are once again tied up. Shot clock off, 26 seconds left in the first quarter. So the Broncos almost certainly will play for the final shot. As Leonidas dribbles it down, looks like a high screen and roll. Leonidas and Warren's just a little bit of a reach there at the end, and it looks like it's going to be an opportunity for a 3-point play. Basket counts. Devin Warren's called for her first, and Leonidas, with 7.6 left, has a chance to push the Broncos' lead to 2. The good news for Eastern Washington, they'll have an opportunity to at least get a shot here. Potentially tie or take the lead. Tie now. AP. And there have been moments of brilliance, and sometimes that youth and inexperience has shown on both sides of the court tonight, as the Broncos have a 1-point lead, and we are underway here in half number 2. Couple of faces back in there after going to the bench due to foul trouble. There's one of them. Muse gets it into the lot. Right back to Muse. Throws it off the bottom of the backboard. Caught up in a little traffic there. Bosie secures it, but both Abby Muse and Mary Kay Narrow went to the bench in the first half with 2 personals. Zylak thought about the 3, but then she'll back it out. Around the screen from Knowles. Little contact there. No call. Jadia Martin. The putback no good. Rebound Muse. And now the Boise State Broncos want to run. Dominique Leonidas looking for the screen. Comes off. Doesn't get what she's looking for. Osley found a little space, but quickly closed. Narrow. A tough shot there. Got past Zylak and rose up from about 17 feet. I think if you're Eastern Washington, you're okay with that one. Not going to shoot a real high percentage from there. What a fantastic look from Jadia Martin. She knew the second the ball got there where she was going with that. A body and arms right there in her face, and she makes a great pass right into the pocket for Jaleesa Lawrence, who knocked down the corner 3. Mary Kay Narrow, the offensive board, and that leads to a bucket by Elodie Lalott. Lalott now 12 points in the ballgame. Zylak shot too strong. Muse grabs her 7th rebound of the contest. Just 8 minutes of action and an easy bucket for the lot created right there. And suddenly the Boise State size is starting to wear on Eastern Washington. Eastern does not have a player listed 6'2" or taller on their roster. There's 5 of them on this Boise State squad. But Jadia Martin continues to sparkle. 15 points now on 5 of 11. Her offense has, along with that of Jaleesa Lawrence, who just grabbed that rebound, has really kept these Eagles into the game. The rest of the team is a combined 2 of 10 shooting from the field. Out of bounds, last touch by the Broncos. So Eastern will inbound, 21 on the shot clock. It's Zylak to inbound. Looking for Martin. She wants to go to work. Poked away. Lawrence ends up with it. She's going to take it to the basket. The bucket and the foul, as Anna Ostley is going to pick up her 3rd. Wow, big call there for Eastern Washington. It's the first team foul here in the 3rd for Boise State. Lawrence converts the 3-point play, and she's now got a career-high 16 points. We're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. There's a block by Martin right into the hands of Bosel, and she had Martin, but just didn't see it. Now she'll go inside. And it's poked away. I think Ostley got a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds either way off of Boise State. So the Eagles to inbound on the baseline. A 1-point Eastern Washington lead, 41-46. Martin launches the 3. That's off the back iron. Another rebound, Leonidas. Leonidas left alone. She'll jack a 3. That's no good. Rebound the lot. Good job by Lawrence to force the ball out. They get it to Mary Kay Narrow. Right back to her. And this Eastern Washington defense, a nice job of hustling. A lot of movement there, but the Eagles kept showing up where they needed to be. But ultimately, Leonidas knocked down a jumper, and Boise State recaptures the lead 42-41 as we approach the midway point here in the 3rd. Zylak looking inside for Martin, but she couldn't quite handle it. Bosel will go to the bench as Alexis Pettis checks back in. Narrow, Muse, Lalott, Leonidas, and Ostley on the floor for Boise State. Leonidas drops it to Ostley, high off the back rim, and then drops in for the sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona. Lawrence likes the matchup. She goes to work against Leonidas, can't get it to fall. Put back no good. Millie Knowles grabs a couple of rebounds. First putback won't drop, but then she draws the foul on the lot, I believe it will be. Oh, yeah, I marked one down for Lalott, but it ended up being switched to being against Martin. So that's 2 on Lalott. It's 2 on the Broncos here in the 3rd quarter. Millie Knowles at the free throw line knocks down the first. Knowles is the elder statesperson on this Eastern Washington team. She makes 1 of 2. Muse grabs the rebound. Knowles from Cumbria, England, had a foot injury that kept her out when she first arrived here in Cheney. Another 3 by Ostley stretches the lead to 6, 48-42. Mills had a medical redshirt as a freshman. And then Boise State stretches their lead to 48-42. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule. Eastern Washington, December 18th, they'll take on the Washington Huskies in Seattle. Then on to Nevada the following day before returning home to host Gonzaga on the 21st, Portland State on the 30th, and Northern Arizona on New Year's Day as they get into their Big Sky Conference schedule. Washington right now playing Seattle as the bucket won't fall there. Anna Osley, a couple of threes in that 8-2 run. The block there by Muse, secured by Trista Hull. And then a traveling violation. Just a little uncertain about where she was going there. Took an extra step, did Osley. There's another look at the block by Muse. You know, it's tough when you're playing a team like this with so much size and length. Martin's three too short. AP into the lane. The rebound no good. Battling down there with the 6'2" hole, but ultimately Boise State comes up with it. Now Millie Knowles is going to pick up her third personal. Millie played very limited minutes in the first half. Just 4 after picking up a couple of fouls. So it's the first team foul on Eastern here in the third quarter. Boso back in, and Zylak would get a breather, and it's Dominique Leonidas at the free throw line. Eastern Washington, 2 of its last 11. Haven't made a field goal in the last 3:15 as they've missed 8 straight. Leonidas makes both free throws, and it's an 8-point lead, 50-42, 3:41 left in the third quarter, and Aria Kunal comes back in for Eastern Washington. She has been, throughout her season plus here at Eastern Washington, a real spark plug. Maybe she can provide something for this Eastern team. AP step back jumper blocked again by Muse, right into the hands of Leonidas, and she wants to push it, but Pettis stops it. Martin gets a finger on it, but it bounces out to Osley, and now they'll back it out. 17 on the shot clock. Around the screen for Muse. Martin picks it up, but they get the mismatch they want. They'll go up high to Muse. Good double by Jaleesa Lawrence. A tie-up down low. Ultimately, Muse ends up forcing one up, looking for a foul call she didn't get, and Alexis Pettis came up with the ball. Wide open, Jaleesa Lawrence, corner three. That's good. Ends a streak of 9 consecutive missed field goals for Eastern Washington. Trims their deficit to 5. And maybe that'll be a spark for this Eastern Washington offense. Boise State again. The pick and roll. Leonidas has really been special working in the pick and roll with these Boise State bigs. Into the game for Eastern comes Devin Warrens and Britt Van Buren. A tale of teams going in 2 different directions here in this third quarter. Boise State has made 5 of its last 6 from the field. Meanwhile, Eastern Washington has hit just 1 of 10. Leonidas hit a jumper. Ostley sandwiched a pair of threes out of 1 free throw by Millie Knowles and a couple free throws by Leonidas, a short jumper and a Muse layup. And it's a 14-4 run that stretched this lead. Zylak's pass intended for Jaleesa Lawrence poked out of bounds. 19 to shoot for Eastern Washington. East have not attempted a three-pointer here in this third quarter. 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Zylak going up high to Knowles. A good pass to Warrens, but she just couldn't control it in the lane, and it's another Eastern Washington turnover. Ostley can't get it to go. Muse another rebound. And it leads to the Leonidas layup, and it's an 11-point Boise State advantage. And Eastern Washington, that early in this contest, certainly throughout the first half, they were playing with a great deal of confidence. But as this game has worn on, they seem to be more concerned than free-flowing. We'll see if that's a trend that continues, but Zylak hits the jumper. A little runner there by Leonidas. Pushes it back to an 11-point advantage. Is that an offensive, or did she step on the baseline? I believe I'll say Zylak was on the baseline. So in for the Eagles now, it's Pettis, Zylak, Mills. Knowles, I'm sorry. Billy Knowles, Mills. AP, Jordan Bosel, and Jadia Martin. And a foul away from the ball there. I think it's going to go on Muse. And what a great job by Boise State's bigs after getting in all that foul trouble in the first. That's the first foul on Muse here. So she has, in the second half, so she has 3. Hull had 2, Ostley had 2, Narrow had 2. And only Ostley and Muse have 3 now. So it's an 11-point Boise State lead. As we prepare to start quarter number 4, Boise State exploded for 24 points in that third quarter. It was just their third 20-plus point quarter since November 15th when they beat Oregon Tech 83-48. Jadia Martin in and out, won't go, and a foul is going to be called on Jaleesa Lawrence. It's going to be the first on Jaleesa. First team foul here in the fourth. Narrow, Bowers, Lavant, Ostley, and Caitlin Burgess on the floor for Boise State. Still going with the high screen and roll. Narrow kicks it out to Bowers. She won't shoot it. Ostley around the 3. The 18-footer from the corner is good for the 6'3" senior Rachel Bowers. It's up to a 13-point lead. Eads need to find some offense as Martin goes into the lane and draws the foul. It's going to be, I believe, on Burgess. Burgess now has 3. It's the first on the Broncos here in the fourth. Inbound to Knowles. She gets it to Lawrence. Great feed inside, but Knowles can't get the layup to fall. Lamont is working hard inside. Wasn't even getting a look, so she came up high. Great job by Pettis of fighting over that screen. Narrow into the lane, 2 to shoot, forces one up, it won't go. Kept alive by Lalott, but it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Boise State. A lot of contact down there, but no foul. Muse comes back in for Boise State. Zylak gets a breather. Let's just figure this out. Pettis, Martin, Lawrence, Knowles, and Bosie for Eastern Washington. And AP into the lane, draws the foul. That's going to be 3 on Elodie Lalonde. Number 2 on BSU, but more importantly, it'll stop the clock and get Alexis Pettis an opportunity to score a couple cheap ones from the free throw line. First one's good for AP, who came into this 7 of 10 in her career from the free throw line. Made 1 of 2 her first time today. Now she's 3 of 4. It's down to an 11-point deficit. Needs need to get stops. You feel like you need to score the ball when you're trailing like this, and certainly you're going to have to make some baskets, but none of it matters if you don't get stops. Lalonde triple team down low. 3-pointer won't go for Osley, but there's Mary Kay Narrow with the offensive rebound. 10 offensive boards for Boise State has led to 14 second chance points. Narrow patiently looking for the shot. The long 2, no good. Osley nearly grabbed another Boise State offensive rebound. Narrow had a couple of them on that possession, but also missed a couple of jumpers. AP knifes into the lane. A great job of getting Muse to the hip and stretching that arm out, using her body as a shield against the shot blocking ability of Muse, who's battling down low with Jadia Martin, and Martin wins the battle. Caro can't get the shot to fall, and all that extracurricular activity down low. It looks like Muse was looking to draw the foul against Martin, was unable to do so, and then ultimately was whistled for her 4th instead, so she'll go to the bench, and Trista Hull will come in. A 9-point lead. Boise State hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. They've missed 5 straight shots. And Alexis Pettis has provided a little bit of a spark offensively for Eastern Washington here early in the 4th quarter. Bosie to Knowles. Right back to Bosie. Thought about the 3. Into the lane. The runner from 15 feet won't go. Lalonde grabs her 8th board of the game to go along with 16 points. Osley around the screen, drops to Lalonde. Double team by Bosie comes, and Lalonde loses it out of bounds. She wanted a foul call, but won't get it. Bosie very aggressive there, and I'm not going to question the official. It looked like pretty good defense to me. Got her hand on the ball. Another missed layup by Zylak, though, and Lalonde grabs the rebound. Leonidas working the baseline, kicks it out, Narrow. The 3-2 strong Jaleesa Lawrence grabs the rebound for Eastern, and here's a transition opportunity. She's looking inside for Knowles, who is matched up somehow with Leonidas, and Millie. A smart play by the freshman Lawrence to recognize the mismatch, patiently wait, get the ball to Knowles, who finished with the 5'5" Leonidas on her. Leonidas picks up her dribble, somehow knifes her way past Andy Zylak, who gets the bucket to fall. 62-53 as we approach the midway point here in the fourth. Step back three by Lawrence is blocked, but she grabs her own rebound, lays in the reverse. The Eags are within 7. Narrow gets to Ostley in the corner, looks inside, nothing doing down there. The screen from Lalott comes, Ostley kicks it out to Narrow. Great ball movement by Boise State, but Lalott can't finish. The rebound by Knowles. Of 23. Well, they're going to have to find a way to score some points here down the stretch. Their biggest quarter came in the first when they scored 17, but it's been descending since. 18, 17, 14, and then 8 here in the fourth quarter. Somebody's going to have to get cooking. Jaleesa Lawrence, the only player with more than 2 field goal attempts. Shooting 50% or better. She's 7 of 14. Martin has 15 points, but she's just 5 of 16. Zylak 2 of 9. And a carry called against Dominique Leonidas. All the time that she's had the ball, 32 minutes. I mentioned 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. That was just her second turnover of the ball game. It has been a terrific performance by Leonidas. In and out for Jadia Martin-Muse, back in, playing with 4 fouls, grabs her 11th rebound of the ball game, already a double-double for the 6'3" sophomore from Brentwood, California. Leonidas wants the screen, but she'll go baseline instead. The pass to Lalott a little bit hot, but ultimately controlled. Leonidas so shifty, and then knocks down the 15-foot jumper. She is cooking tonight, is Dominique Leonidas. Back comes Zylak. Great feed to a cutting Bosel. But her pass to Martin is deflected out of bounds. Ostley got a piece of that one as Jaleesa Lawrence checks back in. Here now is a look at our multi-care play of the game. A 3-point bomb by Ostley. One of back-to-back threes midway through that third quarter that was part of a 14-4 spurt that pushed the Boise State lead into double figures. They lead by 9 now. Here's Alexis Pettis probing. A beautiful drop pass to Millie Knowles, but Millie just couldn't quite track it. It goes out of bounds, last touched by Eastern Washington, and now a chance for BSU to once again stretch its lead into double figures. Leonidas gets around Zylak, puts on the boosters. Man, she is quick. And now they will be extremely patient with a 9-point lead. Ooh, tough shot there. Can't finish it. Martin swipes it away from Muse from behind and pulls it up. You don't want to be in too big of a hurry, but the Eagles need points quickly. AP again. Pettis just 5'5", but able to create some space to get that shot off against the 6'3" Muse. Just in the air, kind of stuck out her backside. Pulled Eastern Washington within 7 now. Under 2 minutes to go. Narrow working against Zylak. Gets it to Leonidas. Pull-up jumper from 17. That's off the mark, but Lalott secures the offensive board. Kick out Ostley. And what a smart play. Had the wide open 3, but much more important now with this 7-point lead to milk the clock, and Ostley wisely held on to it. Poked away by Lawrence. Shot clock about to expire. Leonidas had to throw it up. And it'll be Eastern ball after that one went off the back of the backboard. 7-point Boise State lead. Zylak working against the 6'3" Muse. Into the lane, gives it up. Leonidas came and snuck in there to steal the ball from Zylak, and then Zylak quickly fouled Leonidas. 2 on Andy Zylak. Peek at our Les Schwab Tires player of the game, Jaleesa Lawrence. Career high 21 points. Really kept the Eagles into this game early on. AP Alexis Pettis called for her second personalist. The Eagles have to foul here to stop this clock. Who was that on? Devin Warrens, I believe, 2 on her, 4 on Eastern now. And then AP called for her third. So now, finally, the desired result. Some free throws here. Again, the player of the game, Jaleesa Lawrence, a little face-up action and a left-handed layup. There she gets into the lane, past Ostley for another layup, and then the corner 3 here for the freshman. That one right at the end of the first half. As time expired in the first half, made it a 1-point ball game. Midway through the third quarter, Ostley, I mentioned, hit those back-to-back threes, and Leonidas scored 8 points during a 14-4 run that has, at least to this point, proven decisive. 62 seconds left. Leonidas makes them both. It's back to a 9-point lead. Pettis on the drive, handoff Bosie. 15-footers up and good with 55.6 left. Lawrence fouls, and that'll send Ostley to the line. 2 on Jaleesa. Opportunity open for this Eagle roster, as you saw a look there of Jody and Skip Gleason, the husband and wife tandem. Jody, the head coach, Skip, the associate head coach. And there's Gordy Presnell, the legendary Boise State coach. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, his 705 career wins are 34th all time, and they're number 18 among active coaches. Deflected away by Muse, and as innocuous as that may have seemed, extremely important seconds ticked off the clock. Lawrence on the drive. How quickly do you foul? How long do you play for a steal before you go ahead and foul? If you're Presnell and Boise State, I think the thing you do right now is try to get the ball into the hands of Leonidas. 24.7 rebounds, 4 assists. Her fingerprints have been all over this ball game, and they'll try to get it into narrow. Leonidas didn't get to play last season because, as I mentioned earlier, she was at Brown, and the Ivy League canceled their season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. She was the team captain as a junior in 2019. Muse at the line. Misses the first. Couple of big missed free throws here down the stretch are keeping Eastern Washington in this thing. Leonidas has a career high of 24 points, which she has matched today. She had 24 once when she was with Brown against Maine on November 11th of 2019. It looks like Knowles had the rebound, but Narrow came and stole it. Such a heady move after two missed free throws by Narrow to secure that thing and quickly run away from defenders so as to avoid being fouled, but not exactly who you want at the free throw line if you're Eastern. Narrow, 83% free throw shooter, I believe. He's checked out 81% free throw shooter this season. Game. Just Eastern's fifth. They've attempted just 11 three-point shots on the night. Their previous low for three-point attempts in a game this season has been 18. Now, I guess I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. There's just 7 more. We got 23 seconds to go here in the ball game, and I don't want to jinx anything, but overtime is a possibility as they get it into Leonidas, quickly fouled by Bosie. Maybe I'm dreaming. Producers whispering in my ear, basically calling me a moron. Is a new career high. Just a fabulous performance. 26 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 7 of 7 from the stripe. And she's done, the 4 free throws in the final 102 of a tight ball game. A great performance. I get it into AP, 20 on the clock. Bosie, little head fake. Got her a look, but Leonidas secures the rebound, her 8th of the contest, and she'll go back to the free throw line to try to build on that career high. Pettis. There's Bosie on a pull-up jumper. Jaleesa Lawrence drew the foul, and then the three-pointer by Bosie. But conference play, starting with a pair of home games around the new year. December 30th, they'll host Portland State, and then on New Year's Day, NAU. They did lose their first conference game back on December 2nd, a 60-46 loss at Southern Utah to open their conference slate. And a couple of games sandwiched around the new year. Lawrence got the defender Hull turned around but couldn't quite finish. And now with 7.4, I don't know, I think Eastern could still get those 7 three-point attempts. It's possible. It'll be Muse going to the line.